Welcome to my channel Daily Bulletin News. Chanel shuts down Johnny hard, as Joy plays coy about whether she slept with him. On today's Days of Our Lives, Johnny berates Chanel in the hospital room for lying to him, sleeping with Alex and rehashing everything he misheard and misunderstood before calling her a cheating slut, and storming out. She takes a deep breath. Johnny gets out to the nurse's station, shocked at his surprise birthday and all the happy faces as Alex tells him how hard Chanel worked on it all. Surprise, Chanel coldly tells her husband as she walks up behind and everyone else bursts into happy birthday. I bet you're feeling really stupid right now, because you should be. She glares in silence as the song finishes. Johnny stands in shock, then goes to blow out his candles as Chanel snaps at him to make a wish. Alex blathers on obliviously and Chanel warns him to be careful with the knife he hands Johnny before he gets stabbed with it. She tells him what Johnny thought, to everyone's shock. He says it's all Seth's fault, who then sets things straight by insisting that Stephanie is Faith, not Chanel. Alex and Steph haltingly explain how they ended up going at it, and Johnny realizes he walked in on them. He turns around as Chanel glares some more and tells him to stop talking, then shoves cake in his face. Kate greets Abe in their office, in a good mood thanks to Marlena's help in killing off Charlemagne. A moment like that, the death of a beloved character. That's the kind of scene the audience tunes in for. They talk about needing a new diva to go against Cassandra and Abe wants her to play Lorna. No way. So they get on to talking about Regan, and Abe sings Joy praises. Kate's delighted that they might have found their homewrecker, but before they decide on her, Paulina walks in to fill Abe and Kate in. Before laying the blame on Abe for pairing Alex and Chanel together. Johnny got jealous, just as any man would. Abe says he didn't know Johnny had issues and was paranoid. He thought Johnny was more evolved than EJ. Abe hopes once things calm down, they'll both realize it's a misunderstanding. Paulina doesn't think so. When Chanel's hurting, you need to watch out. Back at the hospital, Leo and Bonnie happily scarf down the cake by themselves as Stephanie tells Alex how horrified she is that Johnny saw them having sex. When Seth wanders over, Stephanie yells at him for not knowing who she was. After they'd met before. Seth, in turn, asks if she thinks the producers would like to know the two slept together on the set. Johnny follows Chanel back to the room, but she won't let him apologize as he tries to explain why he flipped out. You don't trust me, Johnny, do you? He lays out all the things that tied together to make him sure, but Chanel points out all that evidence leads to infidelity only because he believes she'd cheat on him. She looks down at his hand, then, and sees he's missing his wedding ring. She lays into him some more and rebuts every attempt he makes to apologize. Finally, she has enough. Get out. Joy gets to her room to find Nancy waiting in it. She says the audition went great, but Nancy wastes no time in asking her daughter whose wedding ring she found in the room. So what? Nancy reminds her daughter of how her marriage to her dad ended. Craig cheating on her over and over. In this very hotel, with Leo Stark. Nancy pities the poor man's wife, unaware that she's being betrayed by Joy. She insists that the guy's situation is nothing like her parents'. The guy's wife is cheating on him. Things aren't black and white. I am well aware of the gray areas, Nancy says, but it doesn't give him the right to sleep around. Joy doesn't affirm or deny whether she slept with the guy. And when Nancy says she's worried and loves Joy, she's stopped. Oh, please, you don't care about me. You didn't even want me in the first place. They get into how Nancy just cares when she needs stuff from her, like bone marrow for Chloe. Confused? Check out Joy's unconventional conception here. Nancy insists Joy was the gift of a lifetime. Joy shrugs. Fine, you love me. But their issues aren't settled. She apologizes for sending Nancy on a guilt trip, though. She then fills her mom in on the audition and how well it went. Nancy congratulates her, then tries getting more info on the ring. Instead, Joy grabs it and goes for a walk. In the show's final moments, Kate shows up at the hospital, accepts Stephanie's apology, but berates her and Alex and says she should fire them. But they can keep their jobs. Consider this your first and final warning. They need to stay the hell away from each other. Bonnie and Leo run off with the cake to the square, and Leo muses that this is all Hattie's fault for the curse. Just then, Nancy walks over. Well, if it isn't the homewrecker. Joy finds Johnny outside the pub and gives him his ring back. He takes it, shamefaced, and Chanel's hyperventilating in the hospital room when Paulina shows up, then breaks down crying in her mom's arms. Next, on Days of Our Lives, Stefan and Gabby weigh a divorce, Xander weighs Kristen's offer, and EJ tries to twist Fiona's arm. Stay tuned and subscribe the channel.